What is happening, traders? All right, weekend again. So, I do have a wide list in front of me now. This is going to be every single crypto that I have covered in this channel. All right, so guys, go ahead. You can simply skip the video to whatever coin you are actually looking for. I'll be leaving the timestamps down in the description below. It's going to be a huge amount of work for me as well. So, guys, let's jump on. But before we go on to the TA, guys, go ahead for that like. You know the drill, guys. You know the drill. Go ahead for that like. Go for that subscribe. Let's jump to the charts right off, guys. First off, of course, we have the BTC price action, the granddaddy, guys. This is just a simple sideways consolidation right now, and we are currently above this area right now, so there's nothing to be bearish about, guys. All right, just to be honest, just to summarize the entire video up, this is going to be mostly a bullish bias video, right? Because BTC the landlord is above your 57-58,000 key ranges, right? As soon as you lose that, then you can talk about some sideways to consolidation zones. So guys, not much to talk about on BTC. Let's check out Ethereum real quick, guys. Ethereum as well here for you guys. So Ethereum is certainly on the why I do not know why do I have this extremely devastating looking wedge right here, but I should really adjust this one, and that would align with the perfect upside targets of 2500 USD per Ethereum. Guys, we are trending above the 21 simple on the on not the 10 hour. I want to check out the 12 hour. Yeah, we are trending above the 21 simple on 12-hour time frame. So Ethereum is certainly in a consolidation, getting reaccumulated in these zones, guys. We are not taking down the 1700 zones to the downside, which seems to me like a pretty important area of interest, as most of the liquidity entering the Ethereum USD markets is happening around 1700, guys. Every single time you come here, you get picked up. You're not losing hold of these grounds. So that means that, yep, there is some serious money waiting here at 1700 levels, getting just waiting to enter the market every single time it comes here. So guys, the interesting thing is happening on the 4-hour time frame, as the 200 simple on 4-hour is pretty much the trend bearer for this entire motion, entire price action, as you can compare how Ethereum likes to behave with the 200 simple on 4-hour time frame from the $300 ranges, as it got accumulated for a very long time, doing nothing, doing absolutely shit, going sideways, but ultimately heading up, ultimately just resolving this entire range to the upside with some massive up move, guys. If we do lose out on this moving average, if we do lose out on 1700, then you can talk about some downside target, guys. Anything can happen here in the markets, but as far as the price action goes right now, it is completely fine. Ether looking completely fine, getting picked up from 1700 again and again, guys. Let's jump on to the other one now. Dot against USD. Polkadot, certainly one of the key players in the market, certainly one of the most highlighted coin as well in this entire bull run, as far as as soon as it left the $5 region, guys, there is no stopping back, right? And you are simply trending out the 200 simple on 4-hour time frame. You coming back here again and again, you're getting picked up with Ethereum, right? With Ethereum, but certainly way more volatile, guys. This is how the hierarchy goes. The most volatile of everything is going to be your micro caps or extremely small caps, right? But so, all right, so as the market capital goes to the downside, the volatility increases in these shitcoins. This is how it works, right? BTC is going to certainly have a lot of volatility, but Ethereum and other shitcoins are going to have 2x the volatility, right? Every single time. So dot here certainly getting accumulated on the 4-hour 200 simple moving average, and you are pretty much breaking a grind, guys, with this bullish engulf candle right here, which has some great looking upside target, guys. I've been targeting, well, I was targeting a $40 Polkadot from these price points. Now if this range is actually going to resolve itself to the upside and not going to lose grounds of the 200 simple on 4-hour time frame, we are looking at a $50 Polkadot, guys, pretty soon. Gonna be happening pretty soon. Like you just gonna blink your eyes and gonna wake up next morning to look at Polkadot being at a $50 $50 range, guys. Just aligning perfectly to the T around the $50 regions, guys. Now one more thing I can do with this price action right here is I can simply draw some Fibonacci conclusions, some magical conclusions for you guys right here, is that the 1.618 is perfectly aligning with the $50 regions, guys. So lot of confluences for a $50 Polkadot coming in probably this week, guys, probably the next week, which is starting Monday. Yeah, Monday is the start of new week. No shit, guys. So this is aligning with $50 Polkadot. Like a lot of things are aligning with $50 Polkadot. It can certainly happen. The extremely big time frames are certainly looking like a consolidation picture. And guys, this is flagging out, guys. This is a simple flagging out structure. It's just, it does not want to lose grounds of $30 regions, getting picked up again and again after coming to 30. Just this means it's flagging out. It wants to continue to the upside, guys. Not this is not a rocket science. I don't have my logarithmic values put on. Yep, now the picture looks really different, right? This is certainly a well formulated bull flag right here. So guys, $50 Polkadot coming this week. All right, next is Link USDT. I'm going to be quickly going on through these coins, guys. I have 30 coins to cover on this video. All right, the 3-day time frame. Now I had this drawn for the from the previous links video, and we did not close the 3-day candle above the $30 regions, but this is looking like a follow through which could happen, right? I was talking about the daily time frame on the previous link video as all right. Well, you did close your candles above $30 regions, but you came back and tested it to the 21 simple on daily time frame, suggesting the fact that you're still bullish, right? You are still bullish. You never lost your momentum. You never closed any candle below the 21 simple on daily schedule. So, which means that we are looking at a real breakout for link at $40, guys. This is round two, guys. Round two picking up. All right, cryptocurrency market is going to pick up back again, guys. I hope all of you are positioned, as Bitcoin just is hovering above 50k. Guys, if Bitcoin loses grounds of 55k, then of course the bias can change. Of course, the TA can change. The charts can look like shit. Guys, you have to flow like water if you are trading these markets every single day. All right, you have to be flexible, right? That's the word for you. Okay, so certainly you are wanting to resolve this grind to the upside, which is having a potential upside target of a $40 link, right? Pretty soon. Now this is also aligning with 1.272 pretty nicely, but guys, 1.272 is not one of the profit taking regions in the longer haul. It's certainly going to be 1.618 and your 2.618, guys. So link, looking at a $60 link, could be happening pretty soon, as this entire range is looking to me like a consolidation to a reaccumulation, guys. This is turning out to be a reaccumulation area. You are not losing grounds on these kind of price actions. I mean, you're not losing grounds on these lows again and again. You're getting picked up every single time, formulating lows which are higher than previous ones ever since this point, to be honest. And you're just simply heading to the upside, breaking the grind to the upside, guys. This is bullish. This is certainly nice. You can start managing your risks on Chainlink below this price point. None of this is a financial advice. This video is not a financial advice. This is just my insights on the market, and if you're trading these assets every single day, guys, I hope this video is going to certainly help you out. All right, well, the extreme small time frames on Chainlink. I don't even know why I jumped onto this one, but guys, I'm not going to be jumping below 4 hour, to be honest. All right, you are crossing bullish, but that does not mean jack shit. You have to cross bullish on some higher time frames like the 12-hour time frame, right? And you're certainly above that. You're way above that. So guys, you have kind of initiated that up leg, right? You by confirming this another cross right here. So all right, you can, if you're really aggressive as a trader, you can start managing your risk below this point as well. Basically, this is going to be a stop loss for your upcoming Chainlink move towards $40, guys. Not much to talk here, as well as we're jumping onto the next one, Uni against USDT, guys. This video is probably going to be 1 hour long. If you watch this entire thing, kudos to you, man. Fucking kudos to you. All right, so Uni swap right here, flirting with the all-time highs, not able to close 4 hour candles above it, kind of rejecting it as of now. Do we have any divergence right here? Yes, we do have divergence on Caretaker RSI as well, guys. This is pretty good, pretty good looking indicator right here. And volatility is also wanted to expand from these price points, guys. So generally what happens is, if volatility expands from zero read, it usually takes the price action to that direction for a very long time, right? So that means that you resolve this grind to the upside. You could come back and retest the 21 simple here at 31.75, but then your ultimate move is certainly going to be towards the upside. Not certainly, but more probabilistic move is going to be to the upside, guys. I'm going to be getting rid of that RSI. I'm going to be dealing with this RSI from now on, as this is way more precise, guys. You can see what happens here. It's pretty insightful, this RSI right here, right? Okay, Uniswap, pretty much you want to break this range to the upside, the $35 ranges. Then you can talk about Uniswap going to, guys, 50. Polkadot, Uniswap, Chainlink, all three of them have a $50 target coming in this week, guys. This could happen. Majors could certainly go to the upside, guys. Watch for the total market capital as well, as that has to break the all-time highs. Then you can talk about Uni, Polka, and Link going to $50 ranges, guys. So anyway, you want to take this one out, then you can talk about some upside, and the extreme high time frames are looking certainly like a consolidation picture. You can start managing your risks on Uniswap below these price points, which is a pretty obvious one, standing at 30. Guys, you don't want to close any 3-day candle below the $30 regions. If you do start closing that one out, then you can argue about the fact that we are coming back to retest the 21 simple on 3-day, which is at 24.5, guys. 24.5. all right, so that area, I do suppose, if we do come to those levels, it's going to be picked up. It's going to picked up with utmost conviction, to be honest with you. But until you're below this price point at 35, you are going to be consolidating for a long time. Well, not really a long time, but yeah, you could be consolidating. All right, the next one is Sushi. Of course, Uni Sushi comes together every single time. Sushi USDT. Guys, I'm not going to be checking out the BTC pair because anyway this video is going to be okay. I did have some kind of some kind of analysis right here, but looks to me like it did follow this path right here, but came for consult. This is simple ebb and flow. This is simple markets just taking random walks in the park, guys. But ultimate target is going to be certainly towards $30 sushi, guys. This is also looking nice. Guys, just check out this price action. I mean, this is crazy. This is good looking price action in the long time frame. The 3-day certainly really constructive, guys. You can start managing risk below this point here. Pretty good area of liquidity entering the sushi markets, happening around 16-17 USD, guys. This is your ultimate risk management area if you're long on sushi for the longer haul as well. Now, guys, do not get wigged out. Okay, do not get wigged out because look at this right here. Don't get wigged out. Manager risks if the candle are closing and opening below certain key levels. It does not mean that you just wick out, guys. The candle can simply just go. Look, the market could capitulate, but most likely this is a bullish trend. It is going to recover, right? Then it can think about some further selling if it starts making some lows, which are lower than the previous highs. Then it gets sold off ultimately. But guys, if there is a 50% dump, most likely it's gonna get recovered the same fucking day. All right, this is a bull trend. But if BTC breaks grounds, if BTC goes below 55k, then if you add up with BTC pairs also falling down, then those 50% down move can be real. But guys, it's just a complete stupidity to think about 50% downside in a trend which is this bullish, right? All right, I promised myself I'll not ramble in this video, but here we are again. Guys. This is simple curling a price action right here in the short time frame. Start managing risk below this price point here for an ultimate move to the upside all the way at $30 sushi. And how do I even put some Fibonacci analysis right here? I do not understand. What we can do is we can simply take this violent chop right here, and then we can talk about, but this is just irrelevant. This is simply irrelevant, so I should just not talk about it. You can talk about this diamond trending resistance right here. Next time guys, I think that next time we come here, we're gonna break this one. It's been a long time coming, guys. This diamond trending resistance is a long time coming. But if we do not break this one again, we are coming back here at 16. We're going to be retesting this one. Why do I speak? Why do I say these facts with conviction, guys? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. All right, you've tested this line 6 times. This is the ultimate patience tester. If you get rid of this line right here, it's going to moon, guys. It's going to simply moon to the upside. Not a financial advice, but sushi looking really good. A lot of things happening in the sushi, guys. Do not sleep on these fucking price action. Do not sleep on these fucking fundamentals. A lot of things are happening, all right? And any bullish news in a bull market can certainly fucking throttle the price to the upside more than 100%. You won't even realize. You'll be like, oh my god, I fucking missed it, right? Then you will just cry about the fact when the bear market hits and there is absolutely nothing, like there's no liquidity flowing here and there. You'll fucking cry about it. So make use of these opportunities in these markets, right? Manage your risk on sushi here. All right, next, LTC USDT, Litecoin, the fucking laggard, not doing shit, but getting accumulated right here, guys. Is this formulating a cup and handle kind of situation? Although a weak handle right here, guys. You can compare the price action on the 20, guys. This is just history repeating itself. You can, it's most likely going to go to the upside, but it will first come up and meet this diagonal trending resistance at 220 USDT. Then you can talk about some further upside continuation, further leg up, further wave, something like this, guys. You can just break out to the upside and you can head for a $300 retest, which could be aligning with this resistance right here, right? Yep, you're looking fine on this one as well. LTC against USDT certainly looking good, but LTC against BTC is looking fuck all, guys. LTC BTC is just simply fuck all. I don't know what kind of catalyst this one requires for LTC BTC pairs to flip around, but I don't think, it's just not that strong. Litecoin is not that strong, guys. It's just let's just admit it. But the USD pair, as far as you're hovering above the $200 regions, guys, 200 every single time Litecoin comes to, and okay, all right, this is what I want to talk to you guys about. So this entire range, let me just expand this box right here, and the 200 regions. Okay, not that one, but this one, guys. The average price for Litecoin coming in from the 10th of February all the way at this date at 20th March, the average Litecoin price has been 200 USD. It's a pretty interesting fact, guys. Just look at this here. Just look at this price action right here. You are coming in again and again at the 200 level zones, either getting rejected or getting just pumped to the upside. But this is your mean price action right here. So what does that mean? That means that you do not want to lose the 200 levels on 3-day closure again. All right, you don't want to do that. If you do that, then you are talking about this wedge resolving to the downside as well, guys. So that would look really, really fucking bearish on Litecoin. I do. Okay, this, if this breaks down, it's going to be certainly a BTC induced move, guys, because LTC against BTC is certainly looking like shit. So if BTC breaks down as well, this is gonna crap its pants, come back down to 160 again, and most of the LTC hodlers are gonna cry. But guys, as far as you're holding the 200 simple on 4-hour time frame, you are fine. Basically, as far as you're maintaining the $200 levels on Litecoin on 3-day closure or hard time frame closure, you're completely fine on LTC. Your upside targets are, well, moon. $1,000 LTC, $1,000 LTC certainly up the cards in this entire bull run. Well, the ultimate targets for LTC is certainly going to be around 3,000 to 5,000 US dollars per Litecoin. By the end of the bull run, guys. Now I'll be making a comprehensive outlook on LTC as well pretty soon, as we do have some things happen, some fundamental changes happening on the Litecoin, guys. Let's jump on to the next one, SXP USDT Swipe. Now Swipe, I think, is breaking above the range. Yeah, you're actually doing that. You're breaking this cup and handle to the upside. Yes, you're pretty much doing that. So guys, this is your risk management area right here at the 3.655. You lose hold on these grounds. This is going to be a failed cup and handle. What? Failed cup and handle. It is going to be a possible potential swing failure if you do lose out on these price points right here. But this is good. This is good. You're looking at a retest of the prior all-time high at $5 per swipe. And well, guys, in a bull run, you come across a pattern like cup and handle. This is certainly constructive. This is certainly bullish as fuck. All right, this is certainly looking nice. You are curling to the upside. Just look at this fucking price action. You curl to the upside. You just go to the upside. Tells you that people are looking to buy swipe on certain key levels. You came at $3 levels, you got picked up, you got pushed, you fucked off to $4 levels, guys, without any stop. This is a single leg move to the upside. Pretty interesting price action on swipe. You do not want to lose grounds on these price points at, let's just say, $3.5, guys. $3.5 level is your breakout area, and I think we have closed some big candles also on 12-hour time frame, guys. Yep, this is your confirmation candle right here on 12-hour. Now wait, what happened right here? This was yet another confirmation close, right? But then you got, now guys, this was BTC induced sell-off. This is why even if any asset is breaking to the upside in this crypto market, but Bitcoin craps its pant, guys, you have to fucking be personal about your capital. All right, you have to be personal about your capital. I think this down leg must have taught you a lot of things, as BTC, if actually it dumps, most of the coins are going to shit for at least a long time, guys. This dump was a month ago, guys, and just, well, we're breaking the range a month later. So guys, most of the price action, if the intense sell-off happens, it is because of BTC. Watch for BTC as well, holding above 55k. That's the most important part, right? So as far as you're above this one, this is certainly continuation. This is a continuation drive. This is a good bullish engulf candle. The market dynamics are different from this price point right here. All right, so the RSI is certainly above, way above 60, guys. RSI is way up there, but we still have some room to go to the upside before some consolidation occurs on this particular asset. Looks like the consolidation could occur with this retest of the retest of the prior all-time high, guys. But I have some interesting analysis, some hocus pocus analysis on swipe, as we can just simply take down this entire consolidation as some Fibonacci magical zones, and we can talk about 618 being exactly where the all-time high is, guys. So lot of things are this is just magic. This is fucking magical. This is magic. All right, you test this one, you break this one, you close 12 hour above closure of 12-hour candles above the $5 regions, you go to 7. There's not much stopping. Your ultimate target is going to be 10.764 at a fucking $22 per swipe. Could happen, could not happen, could crap its pants right here. If you lose out on this level at 3.5, you're going to be certainly looking at some further consolidation. Then we can think about some further upside move later down the line. Not now. All right. Certainly 4 hours certainly looking amazing as well, guys. Zilliqa, real quick. I'm going to be quickly going through these coins now. As I'm really tired, I should just go ahead with some water, guys. Alright, Zilliqa looking extremely nice as well. Zilliqa here, certainly the first picture which I see right here on the 4-hour time frame is bullish. Certainly nice. You could argue that this is a pretty fucking aggressive looking cup and handle formulation right here. And guys, cup and handle is something that you look at. Well, inverted head and shoulder as well. Pretty significant inverted head and shoulder right here in front of you. Looks like a croissant. Croissant. Guys, if you're from France, just help me pronounce the word croissant. We Indians, we call it croissant. Like I don't know how you guys do it, but let me know down in the comments how to actually spell that out. Okay, so this one looks to me like an inverted croissant, inverted head and shoulder, and the upside targets for the continuation drive is going to be all the way at, well, 25 cents per Zilliqa, guys. I've been talking about 25 cents Zilliqa for a very long time. If you're following up with the videos, guys, the macro level targets on Zilliqa were also hit, the 764 at the at the 20 cents region. And guys, this is a fucking crazy trend. This is still wanting to go to the upside. This is pulling to the upside. Every single time you dip to some certain key moving averages, you want to get picked up, guys. This means that, yep, there is certainly bullishness. So start managing your risks on Zilliqa according to the 12-hour time frame, to be honest with you, because this is extremely volatile. And if the prices are closing below the 15 cent regions, guys, then you can talk about retest of the 200 simple on the 12-hour time frame, probably aligning with this entire low which was formulated right here at 10 cents. But you do not want to lose holds on these ones, guys. Last video I was making I had made on Zilliqa was this, right? I mean, I was talking about this entire leg. This is one single stretch starting in from starting in from 1.7 cents, guys. This is a single leg up, guys. Everything is a consolidation, everything is a grind, breakout, grind, breakout. Are you looking at yet another grind? Yep, in the small time frames. Yep, grind, and then yet another breakout, guys. And then are these points aligning as well? Yep, they are. So you do want to take this price action right here at the 20 cent regions. If you do close the 12-hour, if you do close, guys, this is good looking price action right here. All right, if you do want to close the 12-hour candle above the 20 cents region on Zilliqa USD, guys, this will break to the upside, and this will have massive implications that you're looking at some further blow off top kind of price action happening on Zilliqa pretty soon, guys. That would be madness. That would be madness, as blow off tops can be insane, guys. I was talking about how Bitcoin rally in the 2017s were fuck all crazy, guys. Blow offs, price actions are madness. All right, so okay, generally me as a trader, I would want to stay away from these blow off price action targets, because blow off top, you cannot fucking time that top, guys. Fucking blow off, it'll just happen in 1 single minute. It'll just fucking reject the price action in 1 single minute. Obviously go ahead for some retracement, but guys, it's just madness. All right, it's just madness. So take your profits at key levels, guys. This is going to be the first profit taking level is going to be 25 cents. Then if you do close above these price points, guys, there's not much stopping until the next psychological point at 50 cents. Ultimate Zilliqa targets looking at $1 and $2. Pretty far-fetched. Do we have any divergence formulating? Nope. This is good news for Zilliqa, guys. There's no divergence formulating here. Zilliqa, fucking amazing, guys. Fucking amazing. All right. Synthetics network token. Now Synthetics. Okay, right off the bat, this is a grind retest, guys. You resolve this grind to the upside, you're going to go to the upside, guys. I was talking about Synthetics being in a reaccumulation phase, and guys, you have to look at this asset like an investment. You do not trade this one. All right, you don't. Well, this is what I feel personally. You can certainly go ahead and trade. You can certainly go ahead and take this trade as well as this grind. If it resolves to the upside, you're going to be having simple targets for the retest of the prior all-time highs at $30 Synthetics, which is certainly going to be a nice 30% move to the upside. Well, 40% move to the upside from these price points, and then you can talk about some further continuation move to the upside if you do take the Fibonacci area of interest out of this entire consolidation right here. And if this grind is also the upside, then you can talk about some further continuation all the way at 38 and then 2.618 at $50 Synthetics, guys. I think that the ultimate long-term targets are going to be just astronomical for Synthetics, but your key area of interest are going to be $60 Synthetics, guys. 60, 50, above 50 is going to be your key profit-taking zone in the long run for Synthetics. Let's check out the extreme small time frames, not the hourlies for sure. God damn it, the 4-hour time frame. Okay, you are struggling at the 200 simple on the 4-hour time frame. Now every single time you struggle right here, you got rejected, right? So you do want to take this out with conviction right here. Okay, you want to close some further continuation candles above the 4-hour 200 simple moving average, then you can talk about this entire grind resolving to the upside. Well, have you actually closed above it? You could argue, guys. You can make candles, you can make lines according to your biases, but that's not going to help you out. You want to see some follow through. You want to see some if this candle is bullishly engulfing, the next candle is certainly going to be has to be yet another bullish engulfing candle breaking this range, guys. Now this is the entire picture that you want to look at. You don't want to look at some extreme small time frame candles like one single candle deciding your next fucking trade, which you're going to be putting your entire equity into, guys. Let me know down in the comments if you're doing that, if you're jumping into shitcoins with your entire stash in one single go. Let me know if you are doing that, because that is gonna just fucking kill you in the long haul, guys. It's gonna fucking gonna make you wrecked every single time. All right, so you can argue about the fact that if you do take out this price point right here, if you do start trending over the 200 simple on the 4-hour time frame, guys, yet again, I'm not going to draw this line again, but yeah, $40 synthetics pretty much on the cards. Right now, synthetics is done. XRP looking good on the USD pair these days. As now, I don't seem to understand why TradingView is saving every single analysis, but guys, this is okay. Could you argue that this is a macro inverted head and shoulder right here on the 12-hour time frame? Yep, just a 50% pullback, bro. I'm gonna take this one off. And I'm gonna take this one off as well, right? Okay. Yeah, you could argue, yeah, you're formulating, guys. As far as look, I'm certainly bearish on the XRP price action in the long haul, but in the short time frame, the short to mid time frames, this looks to me like it wants to formulate itself as an inverted head and shoulder right here. Okay, wants to do something like that. So you can start managing risk. If you're long on XRP, if you're certainly long on if you bought some XRP, guys, manage your risk below this point right here. Manage your risk below the 40-cent region, as this is the pretty key. This is the key zone of interest, right? This is the most important level right here. And your ultimate bullish targets, if you do break out to the upside, is going to be $1 per XRP. That would be nice. That would be nice. Certainly good for XRP army, but certainly a laggard, guys. XRP is a laggard, guys. Most of the protocols have done 100x. XRP is just range bound. That's why it's not doing really good. This is not outperforming a lot of things, right? But when it pumps like a motherfucker. It never stops going to the upside. Let's see if they have more liquidity to pump these markets back again, or if they're just gonna fail as an entire project again. If they're gonna completely get wiped off from the markets. But let's see what comes. Let's see what comes. I think your trigger for this entire leg up to the upside is certainly going to be resolving this range to the upside by closing your macro candles above the 60 cents. Not much FOMO on XRP, to be honest with you. The slope of the 12-hour 200 simple is to the downside, so you do want the price action to get picked up from these price points, and want this moving average to curl to the upside for a good buy signal, right? Not much to talk about on XRP as well, guys, as this is currently trending under motion, wants to formulate itself as an inverted head and shoulder, targeting around $1 to $1.2. That's it, guys. TRX certainly trending today. Tron did something very nice. Resolve this range to the upside, resolve this vertical accumulation to the upside, guys. This was good piece of price action right here, as this was accumulated. Guys, we have something on Neo as well, something like that. I mean, let me just we'll jump into Neo. Like, oh, all right, the next one is Neo, man. Very nice. Okay. Okay, you have resolved this one, not on a closing basis. If you close the 12-hour above this price point right here, you can be looking at some retest or retest of this 6-cent region. But your ultimate momentum, guys, now this is way better than XRP, right? I mean, way fucking better than XRP. Okay, this entire range could also be resolving to the upside, guys. Wow, wowzy, holy fucking shit. 10 cents per Tron, not a far fetch, but guys, you know my long-term targets on Tron. It's gonna be $1.5, guys. 1.5 USD. Certainly off the fucking charts as well, but $1 Tron is certainly likely in this bull run, guys. Now Tron is also growing as an ecosystem, like an alternate DeFi ecosystem, guys. This will also pick up in the long haul. There's no way about it. Tron will pick up, guys. Tron will certainly fucking pick up. All right, so this one is looking certainly looking nice, guys. You don't want to lose this one again. You lose this one, you come back for a retest of 21 simple, wherever the fuck it would be at on those points. If we lose out on this liquidity area, liquid area, right, then we can test these 21 simple moving averages on 12-hour time frame. Now that would be that would be a macro reaccumulation, to be honest with you. And are you yep, yes, this is a better looking picture, to be honest with you, guys. And let me just be extremely fucking uber bullish right here and just extend the targets all the way to this entire leg. Sorry, my bad. So you want to be coming at, well, 10 cents. A lot of things aligning with the 10 cents Tron, which is going to be 40% move from these price points, guys. Tron looking bullish. Tron looking bullish for all the way at 10 cent, guys. Okay, Neo against USDT, real quick. Now this video is very long, guys. Yep, what do you see right here? It's doing exactly something like Tron is doing, guys. Wants to get reaccumulated, not losing grounds on the $30 levels, guys. Neo, you know the long term. Well, is this the Neo, guys? You know the upside potential for Neo is crazy, right? Crazy. These are the undervalued Dash, Neo, LTC. When they start picking up, guys, it's gonna be madness. Okay, it's gonna be fucking madness. People are gonna forget BTC, Ethereum, everything. They're gonna be jumping at Neo. So, guys, you wanna be in the bandwagon before that happens, right? So you are maintaining your trend above the 21 simple on the 12-hour time frame now. Certainly looking nice. So start managing a risk below this price point right here. You can certainly stay long Neo. This is not a financial advice, guys. Come on, this is not a financial advice, but this is certainly one of the assets that you can certainly stay long on for a very long amount, long amount of time. Okay, just be long on Neo. It's gonna help you out. It's gonna make you money. This asset right here is certainly gonna make you money. Chinese version of Ethereum. If I shut the logarithmic charts off, guys, the all-time high. What? Right. Oh, my bad. Okay, all-time high is at 200 USD, which is a 5x move from these price points right here. Certainly interesting piece of price action on Neo. Could be formulating itself after reaccumulating in this range right here for about a month, guys. Ever since this rejection at 55 cents, I think $55, you got reaccumulated, guys. You want to test these price points again. You will come back and retest these price points at 55 again pretty soon, guys. So hold this one. You lose grounds on these levels right here. You lose grounds on these accumulation zones as well. You're going to be coming back and testing this dangling support first, and then you're coming back at these price points at 30. But I don't think that's going to happen. It's going to simply go to the upside, guys. All right, jumping on to ICX against USDT. IVX? Nope. ICX against USDT. Wow, this video is turning out to be extremely fucking long, man. Okay, pretty exhausting, to be honest with you. So ICX certainly looking nice. This I do not have much to talk on ICX, guys. You know my bias here. Just $1 level, just crazy amount of liquidity entered the markets on ICX USDT, guys. This is flagging out. This is looking amazing right here. And yep, your upside targets are going to be out of this entire range, breaking to the upside. First and foremost, guys, this is let's round this out to $3. It's going to go to $3 first. Then we can talk about some further retest of the prior all-time highs on ICX as well. ICX against USD on KuCoin is, I think, hit BTC. Yeah, hit BTC is where your most of the history is there, guys. Let me turn on the logarithmic chart as well. Yep. Look at this piece of price action. How the fuck can you be bearish of this piece of price action right here? Okay, if you do want to be really aggressive as a trader, if you're trading this one in a swing term basis, in a swing position basis, you can manage your risk below this point right here at 1.6. all right, you're above the $2 region, guys. This looks like train is leaving, guys. They want to go to the upside. This is breaking out, wants to really break out, guys. ICX, yep, ICX wants to do it. 12-hour time frame again, hovering above the 21 simple, trending above the 21 simple. Catastrophic move, but certainly got picked up, guys. ICX, you know the drill, guys. Buy it. All right, not a financial advice, but guys, go ahead with ICX. It's not going to disappoint you. CRV USDT curve, man, fucking curve. I hope it's at $8. No, it's not at 8. But wow, Z. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, let me get your attention to this asset right here, which looks to me like it wants to go towards the $8 region, guys. Yep, wants to do that. Let's check out some macro analysis right here. Yes, you have hidden bearish divergence between this point and this point. Hidden bullish divergence, sorry, between this point and this point right here. And look at these fucking orderly 3-day candle, guys. This wants to break out, guys. This fucking wants to. It'll probably come back for a dump and retest of 21 simple, and it'll fuck off to the moon with one single candle, guys. This is what is going to happen on CRV. Your ICO, IEO kind of areas were 23, which is a far-fetched opinion as of now. 10x move to the upside from these price points. Far-fetched, but anything can happen in crypto market, guys. Never underestimate the power of these shit coins. I can go anywhere, guys. I mean, CRV looking good, orderly candles, daily looking precisely nice as well. As you're trending in this trend line, the shit I speak, guys. Just okay, hit that like if you are still here watching this video right from the beginning, guys. Just share this video as well, okay? Because it looks to me like if you are actually following up this video ever since the start, guys, just massive gratitude to you guys. And I hope you're not trading everything, because it's gonna just fuck your brains up, guys. You just want to check out, you want to pick out some key assets for yourself, and you want to stick to them. right? That's going to be most profitable way in the long haul as well. Okay, you can align these what the fuck happened, you can align this trend line as well, and this is aligning with the 6 7, I think if you do hover for a long time, $8 CRV, as mentioned in my previous videos. But guys, that video analysis from the previous video got rejected with this candle right here, and we did come down to the $1.5 levels, guys, got picked up right here. Then we are still wanting to go to the upside, guys. This is looking nice, constructive price action right here, CRV looking nice. I'm going to be setting out alerts as well on 3.3 levels on CRV, as this looks to me like a pretty interesting zone. Let me just see. Yep, aligning here perfectly. 3.175. If we do flirt with this level, I think this is going to be a trigger for a lot of piece of price action. If you're coming up and if you're testing the all-time highs again, guys, this is what you could be doing in the coming days on CRV. You could be formulating this, and then alright, this has been it about CRV. I think we're going to be jumping on to the next candidate, which is going to be Atom against UZ. Now Atom also certainly looking bullish, guys. Atom looking like a reaccumulation happening again, guys. Now okay, alrighty, I got some fractal analysis for you people right here. Okay, look at this price action. Just look at this. All right, this is not a cup, and this is like a square cup and handle, guys. This is a square cup. All right, this is like okay, it's like that. And then you have this handle, which is yet another square. Then you go to the upside. Okay, so what do you have right here? Yet another square cup and handle, guys. These motherfuckers, they'll just go to the upside if there is not much incentivization in the market to go down. If Bitcoin is not crashing, this will just simply go to the upside as well, guys. And most likely, be patient on Atom. Be patient on Atom if you're holding this one. It also has some good significant upside targets for the long haul, all the way at $200 per Atom, guys, by the end of the bull run. But I speak of end of the bull run like I fucking know everything. No, I certainly do not know, right? Nobody knows where the top is going to be at. But the thing is that with BTC going to some certain key levels and the alt BTC ratios picking up as well, you can certainly evaluate these shitcoins at some crazy prices, guys. This is what happens in crypto market. Cycles, they are mad. Okay, if you're new here in the crypto space, just be amused, guys. You're going to be really fucking amused in the coming months, guys. This is all I have to say to you. You do take this one out right here. Basically, you do take out the $25 levels on Atom. You will trend towards $40 Atom, guys, pretty soon. 40, 100, 50, 40, 50, 100, so on and so forth. You do get the picture, right? You can do some key Fibonacci analysis as well right here. 6180 is aligning with $30 per Atom. 2618 is aligning with $4 atoms. 31450, so on and so forth. But for that to happen, you have to resolve this range to the upside, right? All right, next candidate is BTT. Now BTT also doing something really amazing today, it looks to me like. Guys, I got rid of my BitTorrent stash right here. Okay, I was accumulating BTT right here, and then when I saw it jump up 500%, literally one single hour, guys, I got rid of it. But I had set my alerts on this price point right here as well, so that I could pick some up if we do break the range to the upside. But guys, this happened like this. It fucked off it broke the range like so fast. I had no time to react. I was like, okay, I mean, it could just consolidate. This could be a fake out with the BTC dynamics being extremely sideways and not doing much. But guys, this one just went. this one left for a fucking 0.4 cent region, guys. BTT, wow, fucking amazing, guys. This one doing really good. This has done 1000% coming from this price action right here, guys. Had I just held my position right here, I would have been nothing. It's just madness. It's fucking madness. BTT looking nice. Let's see what it can do in the immediate short time frame, guys. This is okay. I think you have to be little aggressive with your risk management on this one, as this is extremely parabolic right here. If you're long on BTT and you start losing the 0.3 cent level on BTT, guys, there's going to be an accelerated move to the downside. And where are your price targets going to be, guys? This legs 618 retracement is going to be where you will come back to 0.25 cents, right? So be very aggressive with your risk management right here. If you lose this area right here, you're going to be coming back down massively. Otherwise, you're going to be going up, guys. This is not much to talk about on BTT as well, as this is a good trending motion, and guys, I missed out. This is what happens in trading. You do miss out on something. You do plan out a trade for a very long time, but then when the event actually happens, it actually takes place, you just are kind of skeptical. Guys, it's better to just stay out of the market, guys, because if you are skeptical before taking a trade, you will probably end up losing money. That's going to be your more likely situation, right? Okay, BTT done. SRM, Serum against USDT. looking like shit against. Okay, not that much of a shit, but I think you did break this grind to the downside. Yeah, and you did break the RSI. Okay, fucking dealing with the Arlie guys. No, 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 don't want to analyze the Arlies. Just a fucking chop. Okay, 12-hour time frame. You broke the grind, guys. As far as you're staying above this, below this grind right here, there is no FOMO on Serum. You could come back and test these price points right here as well. Okay, the RSI, however, is signaling something else. It's certainly signaling something else. You have some hidden bullish divergence between this point and this point right here, and well, you can argue that this point and this point as well. So you can certainly start picking up from these price points, and you could be retesting this grind area as well. You do break this grind to the upside, you'll be having some massive upside targets all the way at $10, $11, guys. And the first and foremost resistance for this price action is going to be this point right here at the $6 levels. You do take down $6 levels to the upside on Serum. Not much stopping Serum for $10, guys. $10 evaluation per Serum is certainly not a far-fetched opinion as well, guys. Well, this one will pick up. This one will pick up. As Serum ecosystem is certainly growing, this one is also picking up, guys. So many projects are picking up. They start from nothing, guys. Look at where they are. I mean, okay, let's jump on to ADA real quick. ADA, on my previous video, I was pretty fucking bearish, guys. I was absolutely wrong. But this is why I had two-sided opinion on ADA, as I was saying that as far as your, okay, I published the video right here. All right, I published the video right here. We did have some corrections, right? We came back to some significant levels at $1 levels, but this is why I was very skeptical on this one as well, as you did break this grind to the upside with immense follow through, and that's why your stop losses, well, my particular trades stop losses were above this grind right here. So as soon as I saw this 4-hour candle closing, I was not interested in shorting this asset, right? I was not interested in holding any futures short position. Well, I do take some futures short position based off of my holdings. So guys, if I have some spot holdings on Cardano or Ethereum or anything, I would generally go ahead to exchanges like FTX or something like that, just to secure, just to cap out my capital, cap out my profits. I would go ahead and short the futures so that the portfolio doesn't move anymore to the upside or downside, right? Okay, guys, if you want to be trading some of these shit coins, guys, go ahead to FTX, guys. FTX is certainly nice. FTX is very, very amazing, guys. That exchange is certainly going to be very, very good for you as well. Links in the description down below. Go ahead and sign up. You're going to be loving that exchange, guys. ADA, well, this was a fuck off candle from the previous all-time highs, which means that, yeah, you're looking for some long form of consolidation, or maybe another cup and handle before we jump onto the upside for some $2 targets on ADA. But guys, judging by the magnitude of this candle right here, you will consolidate for a long time. There is no FOMO again. Basically, you broke this grind, tested the all-time highs as expected from the previous video. You break this grind, you will test the all-time highs. You rejected this one, guys. That's why you constantly keep on taking profits as the prices go to the upside after the asset has done this. All right, okay. You could be consolidating here for a very long time, could be aligning with this support as well. If I extend this one out right here, now you do have the clearer picture, right? So don't FOMO on ADA, accumulate this one. If you break the below this area, then don't accumulate. Then do not accumulate for at least the midterm, right? If it comes down for another 25% move to the downside, then you can certainly jump back into it, as that would mean that, well, that would not mean anything. That would mean that there are a lot of sellers in the market more than buyers. But I think that if it comes down by this much, it's going to be picked up with utmost conviction, guys. ADA long term, certainly bullish, right? All right, ADA, done with ADA right here. We're going to be jumping on to some GRT as well. GRT, USDT, real quick. Interesting. Yeah, I was talking about this entire grind. Well, I was not talking, guys. Let's be honest. I'm going to be following up with whatever I did back in those videos. I think we were somewhere here when I made the GRT video, right? Yeah, so you did come and retest this price point right here and it rejected. But are you hovering with the support right here? Yeah, you are, most likely. Yes, you are doing that. And this one is of relevance, guys. This one is getting reaccumulated right here, okay? And this wants to break to the upside. So you watch this grind being taken down, and you watch the 200 simple on the 4-hour taken down as well. Guys, GRT certainly looking bullish as well. $5 targets for GRT pretty soon. But this grind's breakout targets will be certainly at 1.35. But if you do come to these price points again, I don't think there's going to be much selling interest, guys. It'll just fuck off, guys. It wants to fuck off, guys. This is good price action. This is good price action, and trust me, I know when I see a good price action. It looks nice. You do break below this point at 1.6, then you can talk about some nasty price action as well. All right. As of now, the small time frames are looking pretty fucking constructive, looking very nice. Once you get picked up, this is your key inflection point right here. You take this one out, you will trend to the upside, right? Not much to talk about on GRT as well, as the volatility is also expanding from a zero read, guys. Anything can happen. Volatility expansion from this point means that prolonged move to the upside or the downside, right? Okay, GRT done. YFI against USD. Guys, this analysis video can go to shit if Bitcoin dumps below some key levels. I'm doing such amount of like so much analysis right here for you guys, but if BTC dumps below some key levels, it's all gonna go to shit, guys. And you have to be okay with it. This is how fucking look, guys. This is how your fucking market is, okay? This is how it is. It's how it's gonna be like. It's just accept that. If you do accept, the sooner you accept it, the better you will be trading off cryptocurrencies, guys. Okay. On my previous videos, I was talking. All right, Wi-Fi was somewhere over here, right? Wi-Fi was somewhere over here. I was certainly looking at this resolution to the upside, and I was talking about the fact that if you are closing above this grind right here, then you can talk about some further targets at 50k, 80k, then 100k eventually. It looks to me like it wanted to consolidate for a very long time, right? It did reject this one and it came back to this support right here, got picked up, is wanting to trend back again. Wi-Fi is looking okay again, guys. All right, again. All right, I was talking about how you can manage your risks if you close 3-day candles below the 30,000 regions, and you never did that. You came really fucking close to it, but you never did that. You just hovered above the 21 simple on 3-day time frame. These areas are your opportunities, guys. This is an opportunity right here. Let's be honest, this is an opportunity. But if you start seeing some 3-day closes and open below the 35k levels, well, you could resolve this grind to the downside. But as far as of now, this is an opportunity on Wi-Fi, guys. This is certainly an opportunity, and you can break this grind and fuck off the moon anytime. Let's check out the RSI as well. Yeah, pretty amazing looking signature on RSI as well. The daily time frame, looking okay. Good piece of signature on RSI right here. Wanted to stay above the 21 simple as well. Looking okay. Wi-Fi is looking okay on the 2-day as well. On the daily, yep, amazing. Okay, not that amazing, but okay, like completely fine. The 12-hour 200 simple, guys. This is interesting right here, as this is your key risk taking areas. The 12-hour 200 simple is your key risk taking areas. Do you understand what I mean by that? I mean that you start taking positions around the 200 simple on 12-hour time frame for a good potential yield in the coming days and weeks, guys. So right now you are hovering almost 15% above the 200 simple on 12-hour time frame, which is pretty much your risk management area for the long haul as well. So guys, invest or trade anything that you are willing to lose in the markets. All right, do not go for your savings in the markets, guys. I learned this hard. I learned this the hard way, the extremely fucking hard way. You do not do that. You just manage the risk properly. You simply go ahead and risk something which you are completely okay losing, right? I mean, this is looking good. This grind want to resolve, guys. I thought I'm going to be making really quick analysis on Wi-Fi, but it looks to me like a pretty interesting, and looks to me like Wi-Fi certainly in for some opportunity right here. All right, we're done with Wi-Fi. Jumping on to Dash USDT. This is a long ass fucking video. I'm constantly crying about it. Was that a good decision that I made by making this video, guys? I do have my alerts on Dash, as if this starts going to the upside, guys, this is not going to stop. Remember, all-time high for Ethereum last cycle was around 1400 USD. All-time high for Dash was 1550 USD, guys. This one really competes with Ethereum in terms of price action. In terms of the moon behavior, guys, the mooning behavior, Dash certainly picks up with more intensity to the upside. So what do you see right here? Getting reaccumulated, guys. This one is getting accumulated with the 21 simple. You can argue that this is quite close to it. It is getting accumulated, getting picked up. I guess, guys, pick this one up. Even if this comes back all the way down to 140, 150, $100, pick this one up. All right, pick this one up. In the long haul, this is not gonna fail. Dash is not gonna fail, guys. This will go to the moon, guys. Dash will fucking go to the moon. Why am I so uber bullish on this one, guys? History, fucking history. Okay. It's just the history, and BTC is above 60, but guys, BTC is above 50k, guys. That's why I'm fucking bullish on Dash. It's gonna fucking moon. When it does, you do not want to sit on the sidelines just scratching your head like, oh, I missed out. Guys, just pick this one up anytime it comes down. Fucking Doordarshan, What? Well, dash dash used in Poloniex is where the most of the history is at, right? Guys, this is the history. This is what I'm talking about. This will fucking moon, guys. It'll fuck off to the moon. It'll, even if it comes back to $100 levels, buy it. Fucking buy it, okay? I'm nowhere. Look, I'm not gonna be telling you what to do with your money. If you lose your money, you are responsible for it. But I personally, as an investor, have a lot of confidence in Dash. This is what I would do personally with my money. All right, I do not know what you would want to prefer with your money. Do you want 3x, 10x the next fucking hour, the next fucking day? Then this is not for you, right? If you're looking for a long-term hodl, guys, it's a fucking no-brainer in front of you. Okay. Analysis on Dash is done. I'll not talk much about Dash. Aave USDT right here for you guys. All right. So apologies on this analysis as well. Apologies. Well, why? Okay, I am not going to apologize because TA has its own 50-50 behavior. If I talk about some upside targets, I talk about some downside invalidations as well with those upside targets, guys. It's never going to be one way train. Just remember, it's not going to be one way ride, guys. It's never going to be like that in trading. Okay, you have to flow. You have to flow like water. And I was talking about this grind's resolution. Let me just pull it down below right here. Well, it looks to me like you're still retesting this grind and you've not invalidated the pattern, guys. Go ahead and jump onto my previous videos on Aave, as you'll see what I was talking about in those videos. As you can break out this grind, you can come and retest these again and again. But this is still trending under motion right here, as the macro picture is certainly bullish. So yep, you're still trending under motion, guys. Expect Aave to get picked up with synthetics. This is what I'm looking at. Synthetics and Aave are quite closely related in terms of price action. So it could happen that you can simply diversify your portfolio 50-50 into Aave and synthetics for the coming weeks. You will have some good amount of gains, guys. You can start managing risks below this price point right here. You can simply argue you can come back again, test this grind right here, which will align with 320. But if you are in a position right now, manage your risk below this point at 350. If you go below 350 right here, no point staying in Aave for the mid time frame as well. All right, as you'll be having some better opportunities to pick Aave at 320 or maybe 300 as well, aligning with the 200 simple on 12-hour time frame. The upside targets certainly to the moon, not exactly to the moon, but you can derive it from the Fibonacci numbers. The 1.618 is at 751. Ultimate targets at 2.618 at $1,000 Aave. Right? All right. Aave next is BNB against USDT. Now BNB, pretty fucking sideways, guys. Pretty fucking sideways. Ever since you resolved this grind to the downside, you're just fucking sideways, guys. Not doing anything. So if in crypto markets anything goes sideways for a long time, this is constructive. This is looked as like bullish reaccumulation in a bull trend, right? So more sideways it goes, this BNB price action, better it is, guys. Better it is, right? This is the perfect range bound behavior between $240 to $260 levels, and the volatility is really squeezing the fuck out, but it is still in an expansion in this high time frames. I do believe in the small time frames the volatility is nothing. Yep, expected. Nothing, absolutely zero volatility on BNB, guys. Absolutely zero. So either it is getting prepared for an explosion to the upside, or it is getting prepared for a breakdown, guys. However, according to the trend, a breakdown is less likely. All right, just remember, this is a fucking bullish looking trend right here. Breakdown would be a far-fetched thing to judge or to say as well, and you can simply argue that the grind changed to these price points again. This could be argued as a support. All right, and I guess the dynamic resistance line also right here, is it aligning with this one? Are you at the breakout point again on BNB, guys? Anything can happen. If you do break out above this point right here, you can you can argue about the fact that this is an inverted head and shoulder in the extreme small time frames, and your upside targets will be the retest of the prior all-time high at 335. But guys, if BNB against BTC, that chart starts to pick up, this has crazy upside targets as well. $500, $1,000 BNB this bull cycle. I mean, certainly could happen. For that, you have to handle this consolidation nicely. You do not want to lose hold of this consolidation to the downside. If you do, then you're coming back here at $200, and $200 still a far-fetched price action from this price. 27% down move could happen, could not happen. But you will come here and you will probably get picked up for the short time frame, but your ultimate downside target will be at 120. Again, a very, very far-fetched opinion. But as far as you're maintaining this direct trading support, you're good on BNB, guys. Let's jump on to the next one real quick. The new ones, Theta. Now theta, I remember I was making some analysis as to the higher time frames are poised for a breakout again, guys. This chart is right here in front of you. I was talking about the price action. I made the video right here, I guess, and you broke up. You went to the upside for move towards $8 to $9. Your ultimate target all the way is at 11.5. Let's see if we can hold this one right here for an ultimate target to the $11 regions. If you're holding this one, you're certainly bullish for a continuation move to the upside. Do we have some divergence between this one? Yeah, you do have divergence, guys. You do have divergence on 4-hour time frame, so be cautious. If you lose the 21 simple and the support right here, you will be coming back to test the $6.2 levels on theta. That could be aligning with if BTC actually fails the ranges. If BTC gets below 55k, then you can align the targets on theta as well to 6.2. Well, if you're holding this point at 7.75, guys, I'm in a loss of words, guys. This video is a fucking long one, guys. Okay, so if you hold this ground right here, you are certainly targeting for $11.5 levels, as this trend is currently under motion. Currently fine. All right, engine against USDT. Let's see what this one has to offer. Engine rejected the price action right here, but got picked up, but is hovering below the 21 simple. Now guys, if you remember, I was talking about, let me get rid of this. Okay, not now. All right, so I was talking about the fact that how the 21 simple on 4-hour time frame is bouncing the price action again and again every single time, right? It's doing that. It was doing that, but it lost the control of the 21 simple. Looked to me like it wanted to pick back up again, but it was a simple retest of this wedge right here. Currently you are doing this. It is not it's not a really constructive behavior in the short time frame, which means there is no FOMO on engine. It's just that you could be grinding against this line right here. Something like what happened on Cardano, guys. I mean, Cardano did broke above this price point with utmost conviction, tested the all-time highs, but is getting rejected. Although engine, if it does come to this point right here, not much liquidity in engine, if any inflow in terms of millions, like guys, $10 million on engine coin can just simply make this one move to $4, guys. Not much stopping because it's not liquid. Also, you want to hold this one. You want to hold the support right here. You see this support right here at 2.35. You break this one again and close 4-hour candles, open 4-hour candles below this price point right here. There's going to be a leakage. It's going to come down at least to this point. These points at 2 to 1.95. Right? Until then, you're grinding against this, and this could be wedging out, this could be flagging out for another continuation move to the upside. Guys, there is no blow off top situation right now in the NFT space. So this means that ultimate conclusion would be that you can come down and test some major key areas, but until you are seeing a blow off kind of situation in the price action, there is no top. Okay. 10.764 tested. Guys, these are your fucking bull market targets, guys. 10.764. Engine starting at 10 fucking cents, testing $3 levels, guys. Look, let me talk about some rational things. It has made its move, guys. Now it can certainly moon, guys. It can go to the moon, like it cannot stop from going to the upside. But guys, think about how rationality works in life, and I am almost certain about the fact that whenever you went with a rational behavior in anything that you're doing in your life, you are happy. You are happy, guys. I'm sure rationality is something which can help you create better decision, guys. So look, this has gone up 3,000%, guys. Do you think there's need to FOMO? You think there's any need to FOMO? No. There are certainly better assets out there which are here, guys. Beam is here. Check out my video on Beam. Right, okay. I'm not shilling any coin. I'm not doing anything. Like, look, I don't want to shill any coin, because if you go ahead and buy that and goes to zero, I do not want to be the person responsible. But just remember, some coins are still here. All right, look for those coins. Do not look for these coins. Just okay. Engine on short term, you know the drill. The long time frames have certainly hit some macro bullish targets. Could still continue to all the way at 20.618 at $5, but would be a very far-fetched thing, guys. Would be a very far-fetched thing. All right, so engine completely looking fine as of now, consolidating. We have Chiliz next. Chiliz against USDT. Chiliz. 3-day looking constructive as fuck now. Yet another coin which has done I don't know how many X's, guys. Just what the fuck is this shit? Like, Fucking 25,000% move to the upside. Yet again, I mean, do you want to be long right here? No, guys. No, no, no. No. Look, rationality. eh, Let's check out the small time frames as well. As I was targeting this price point right here, as far as we were trending below this one, but you did resolve this one to the upside. Guys, this is why these grinds are very important. You see the conviction. You see the conviction. You saw the conviction came above this grind right here. That's why just have your grinds on the charts. Whenever there is some grind breakout, it's going to be with utmost conviction, invalidating any bearish bias for the short time frame, right? But your ultimate targets, breaking this, guys, we are simply below this point. We're still below this trend line. You could be trending like, I don't know, for some years. but okay, let's not get carried away right here. You can come back, and if you close any candle above this price point right here, the 4-hour candles above this price point right here, you can test the all-time highs at $1, to be honest with you. You can think of $1 per Chili's, but you're quite below $1, guys. You're 40% below. This is a logarithmic chart. The arithmetic chart, I believe, would be looking horrific. Yep. This is, well, this, what kind of correction this was? This was, I guess, a 70% down move, guys, from this price point. Nope, was a 50% down move. 50%, well, 50% is okay for these shit coins, to be honest with you. Looks like a healthy correction. Healthy correction. But you, as far as you're below this trend line right here, no FOMO on Chili's. Do not FOMO on Chili's. Do not FOMO an asset which has gone already 3,000% to the, sorry. Don't FOMO on an asset which has gone up 25,000%. All right. This is what you want. Hour-long videos for you guys, huh? Started giving me hiccups, man. Fuck it. All right. So don't FOMO on any asset which has gone up 25,000% up. You stay below this grind, and this grind, you're going to be consolidating for a very long time. Don't FOMO on this one. There are better assets out there. All right, Chili's done. KNC undervalued, guys. KNC is undervalued. my perma-bull opinion on KNC, guys, fucking undervalued as fuck. All right, broke over this grind. You can come back and retest, but guys, this one would get picked up, right? If it comes to 2.5. As simple as that. It'll get picked up. On the small time frames, yeah, you're grinding guys against the 21 simple. You want to be testing this high right here. You want to be testing this zone of liquidity exit at 3.4. If you do that, then you could be, look guys, this could be yet another formulation of cup and handle, as crypto market is certainly loving cup and handles these days. Most of the price actions are formulating themselves like this, right? If you test this price point right here, and if you see the volume spiking up as well as we approach the all-time high, that would be clear indication of a further continuation move to the upside, right? Until then, you could be simply consolidating here above this support line, above this diamond trending support line, on a long time perspective as well, on a bigger time frame as well. So yep, this is why the 2.5 level are your key significant areas of interest. If you lose out on 2.5, you can be consolidating for, well, you can consolidate for a longer time. But guys, you know my opinion on KNC. I think it is a long-term hodl, certainly a good-looking hodl as well, right? All right, next one is KSM. Kazuma hit the 400 USD target, guys. Congratulations to anybody. 420 done. All right, fucking done, guys. I was screaming about how 420 how 420 could be your profit taking. Guys, check this out, guys. Like, fuck, man. Like, fuck. All right, this was just, I don't know what to say to that. You're talking about KSM hitting those 420 regions when we were somewhere here, I guess, right? We're somewhere here, somewhere at 300. So perfect trade from 300 to 420. Did happen, guys. Did simply top out at 420, but this is still trending under motion. This is a trend under motion right here. All right, this is a simple trend under motion. Yep, you can start managing risks on KSM. If you're long on intraday basis or some short time frame basis as well, below the 375 regions, guys, this one looks to me like an area of liquidity entering the KSM markets. If you do lose out on that level, there's no stopping all the way at 350. But if you do lose out on this one as well, you could be testing this one, right? But your upside targets certainly go to the upside. KNC touched $10,000 on WazirX. Now that exchange is from my own country, and such amount of fuckery is not acceptable. No. What the fucking? Okay, all right. It's not the exchange's problem. It's just that the order book was so fucking thin, and somebody FOMO'd crazy into KSM. I do believe that was a fat fucking finger, guys. Like somebody hitting a market order on an order book which was completely illiquid, right? Completely illiquid. That's why it happened. KSM USDT certainly looking fine, and the $420 was hit. I think my limit profit targets was also hit on KSM. Certainly out of this market as of now. Let's see what happens in the coming days, but KSM looking bullish in the higher time frames as well. One of the most bullish looking asset in the crypto space altogether, guys, to be honest with you. Fucking $25 to $400 in one single leg. Beautiful piece of price action, right? But do consider taking profits if you're long on KSM from these levels. That's all I have to say for this one. BCH USDT, Bitcoin Cash. Guys, I was talking about the 21 simple on 3-day being an opportunity. Do you remember from the video? Yeah, you do. Still trending, guys. This one is still trending, right? Although this candle not looking very nice, rejecting the $600 levels on BCH, but coming back and testing the 21 simple again, still hovering above it, guys. This is just floating with the 21 simple. And if you're holding the 21 simple, this is trend. This is a simple trend under motion. It'll most likely go to the upside. And you know the narrative. BCH is, according to some Chinese miners, BCH is supposed to be 1/10 of BTC. 1/10 of BTC, guys, is 1/1 of this is, how do I say, 1/100th. This is right now 1/100th of one BTC right now at 520 at $540 levels, right? 1/10 of a BTC is going to be 5,000 BCH. Now very far fetched, but guys, remember BCH was at 5k once, right? All-time highs for BCH is at 5k. So could certainly happen if everything goes fine. It could certainly happen, right? So you do not want to lose grounds on these on a closure and an opening basis below the 21 simple, guys. This is your key risk management zone on BCH, and this is your key opportunity zone as well. This one, 500 levels, right? Alright, guys, this was a crazy video. I do not think I've done a video this long ever in my life. I'm pretty much exhausted. I'm pretty much hungry as well after this video. And guys, I'm going to be leaving timestamps. Well, why am I saying this at the end of the video? I don't know. Timestamps down below. But timestamps down in the description below. Just head for your favorite shitcoin. And guess what? I'm going to be catching you guys tomorrow. Later. Bye for now.